There are iPhone applications and all kinds of applications for those of you who want to be, what would you say, maybe an astronomer, but not really. Back to you in the studio.
Or like you, Dan, but not really.
I love astronomy. I love meteorology. I love science. I love geography. Bring it on.
Oh boy. All right. Thanks so much, Dan.
Hurricane tracker. We are going to find out that there is a hurricane. It's called Carlotta, and it's sitting right here. Here's Acapulco, south of Acapulco. It is a Category 1, but just about 2 hours ago it was a Category 2.
This is a BYU weekend.
Why is that?
Bring your umbrella.
Oh, very good.
Thank you very much.
Bring your umbrella. Bring your jacket.
It's been a good week, folks.
Bada bing, bada boom. Wait until you see some of the temperatures I have in the forecast. First of all, we were up in Park City, and it was snowing hard, anywhere from 12 to 24 inches in Park City. 50 by morning. And it'll be a cool start to the day, but the afternoon high should reach up close to 80 degrees. How warm will it get this week? Will there be a 90-degree forecast? I'll let you know coming up in your Fox 13 Outlook. It's been said that when there is enough water in the community, there are plenty of problems for the people to deal with. But when the water is scarce, it becomes the #1 issue. And this is what water managers are having to plan. It's a storm and a half and 3/4. Producing hail.
Dan, what's happening outside with the weather?
Well, right now the winds continue to blow, but they are coming down, and we expect that to happen once the sun sets. What we have is a decoupling of the winds in the upper atmosphere and the winds on the ground. We had a weak cool front come by and a shallow cold front. That means the winds will diminish overnight, but not for the folks in parts of the Mexican coastline. As we go to our hurricane tracker, we are going to find out that there is a hurricane. It's called Carlotta, and it's sitting right here. Here's Acapulco, south of Acapulco. It is a Category 1, but just about 2 hours ago it was a Category 2. It's still barely offshore. Well, Carlotta is moving very, very slowly to the north-northwest and will likely make land, but there are some high mountains here in Oaxaca and the Chiapas area. And so watch when I put this into motion, watch what happens. This hurricane will diminish very quickly as it moves inland. Then it's going to stop, turn around, and come back again. That means the very heavy rains that are associated with these tropical storms will pound the coastline with 3 to 6 inches of rain, but the mountains of Oaxaca and also in Chiapas will see anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of rain, and flash floods and severe flooding are a possibility over the next 48 hours. So this will not have an impact on us, but it certainly will have an impact on those areas over parts of Mexico. We have some strong to severe thunderstorms, as you can see, right here across parts of Texas and north. Look at this. Is a mesoscale convective complex that is moving through Amarillo and also Texas. It's a storm and a half and 3/4. Producing hail and all those. We've had some thunderstorms along the cold front that went through and brought the winds to Salt Lake City and Provo, and that cold front continues to produce lightning strikes and some thunderstorms. Let's get in a little bit closer. Duchesne and up towards Altamont, we are getting rain to the ground. At one point, we had 77 lightning strikes in a 7 to 15-minute period, and with this storm, other storms that went through Rock Springs, which have now diminished, we had over 500 lightning strikes this afternoon and this evening. It's quiet along the Wasatch Front, so that's the good news. So let's get to some forecasting. First of all, the mountain cam showing that we are overcast. Overcast because of these clouds here, but they will be moving away. Notice the clearing behind, so we'll have a beautiful day tomorrow here in the north. Temperatures right now in the 70s in Salt Lake City, 74 in Vernal. Those northerly winds will continue until midnight and then slowly diminish by the morning hours. When the sun comes up, we should see the winds lighten up considerably. All right, high temperatures across the state today. They were kind of on the warm side. Not unusual. 87 in Salt Lake City, 81 in Logan and Evanston, 97 St. George, not too bad. Here's the big satellite picture showing severe these are each little mesoscale convective complexes. Those are storms that actually feed on themselves, and they actually increase in the overnight hours because the air gets colder above the ground. And there's going to be a lot of this activity east of the Continental Divide, but not here so much. We're going to be very dry over the next probably 2 weeks. 53 overnight in Vernal. Those thunderstorms diminishing, possibly continuing in the overnight hours due to the fact that the front lies on a line from about Delta up towards Rock Springs. So they may continue a little bit overnight, but it'll be gone tomorrow. The winds will be gone. 85, a near perfect day in Salt Lake City, 100 in St. George. Pick your spot. 101 for Father's Day. Not too hot for St. George on Father's Day. And then we'll cool it down a bit on Thursday to 97. A lot of sunshine all week long in the northern part of the state. 85 tomorrow, good day, get out, work in the yard. Okay, I'm not telling you to mow the lawn or do the garden or whatever. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you want to, it's a good day.
Can you say that part about you don't have to do it again?
You do not have to do it, all right?
I kind of think you're asking us to come and do your lawn.
No,
is what you're intimating.
I love doing yard work.
Okay.
I love mowing my lawn. And did you see that 97
Yes.
on Father's Day?
Thank you very
But
much, Dan.
70s by the middle of next week.
All right, very good. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, we all want to cool off a little bit.
But not like that, you don't.
Probably not. You know, we do have some warmer weather on the way, and temperatures are warming up in some of the lakes. We'll show you the lake temperatures in a little bit, and also a look at a big fish that was caught up in the Jordanelle Reservoir. But right now, beautiful video here. Ah, yes, great day today. Awesome birds hanging around, enjoying themselves. You know, we had a lot of sunshine and a few clouds this afternoon, but it all turned out really nice. Now, this is nothing in comparison to what they are dealing with. Beryl. This is a tropical storm that turned into a depression, but is now producing as much as 5 to 8 inches of rain across northern parts of Florida. And as it moves up the coastline, 4 to 6 inches of rain will fall in South Carolina. This is a nasty storm. I had reports of golf ball-sized hail in about 10 to 15 different locations. Now for us, we have dry and warm weather ahead. There's a cool front that will be approaching. Here we are Wednesday, 6 a.m. Watch what happens. That little cool front just dribbles by. It doesn't bring any precipitation. High pressure is the dominating weather feature. We'll see a few clouds on Wednesday, and overall the storminess stays to the north, and we enjoy some great weather. Here's what the satellite picture does show for us. Again, mainly the clouds right along the Idaho-Utah border. A few clouds here near Elko and Ely. These will be clearing out, and skies will turn nicely beautiful and clear under that half moon. In just a little bit, we'll talk about the half moon and where Mars is in comparison to the half moon. We'll go outside and take a look at it. Stay with us for a little while. 72 the high in Salt Lake City today. We had 86 in St. George, 71 in Ely. Oh, a beautiful day in the Uinta Basin, 79, the high temperature in Vernal. 66 degrees, the current temperature right now in Moab. Temperature at 81 degrees in St. George. How about a 61 in Ogden? Out in Harriman, 67. We're looking from the top of the Oquirrh Mountains out over the valley, so you can kind of see the lights in the background. Light winds, 67 degrees, and 62 here in Salt Lake City, as we'll be dropping down to a nighttime low of 50. Clear and coolish is the way we'll call it in the morning, and light winds. It's going to be a gorgeous start to the day, lots of sunshine, and temperatures go up to 80. Now, that's my favorite temperature. I don't know what your favorite temperature is, but I love a day when it's right around 80 and light winds, so tomorrow will be your day. Overnight low temperatures a bit, like I said, coolish in Park City and Evanston, around Cedar City, 40 degrees. Afternoon high temperatures, though, going up as that high pressure builds in. 78 in Price, 79 in Vernal, over in Grand Junction, 84, and how about a 75 in Ely? Now, the next 7 days show 90 degrees for a couple of days in St. George. And then, as high pressure builds, a cool front comes in. The century mark is possible. I'm not saying it will happen. I could have put 99 on there, and there's a big difference in your brain between 99 and 100. So I thought
You're a brave man.
Yes, I thought I'd exercise your brain and make you think a little bit.
A risk taker.
80 degrees for us tomorrow, 76 on Wednesday again. That weak cool front goes by. 79, almost perfect. 80 again is perfect. What's the difference between 79 and 80? 1 degree.
1 degree.
82 on Friday, and then close to 90 degrees on Saturday.
But you live your life on the edge like that, Dan.
I do, you know.
And we're used to that.
Give me a motorcycle out there at the Speedway and see how fast I can go.
Okay, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Out there swimming, not so great day to be out fighting a fire.
Boy, those winds, they have rustled in across the Salt Lake Valley into Utah County. Very shallow, though. It's interesting because the front is only about 1,000 to 2,000 feet deep. Not going to last very long. It'll wash away and be gone by tomorrow, but I want you to look at some of these thunderstorms. First of all, let's pull out and get a big wide look at it. You can see right across the northeastern part of Utah and into southwest Wyoming, a lot of lightning strikes, 143 in fact during the last 7 to 15 minutes. Let's get in just a little bit closer, and you'll be able to see these strikes right here on the Uintas and also west of Rock Springs. If we move a little bit to the west, not much happening across northern Utah. You see those clouds clouds moving in, but if you're making plans for the evening, no problem whatsoever. You'll be able to go out and do your favorite movie, your favorite restaurant, or an activity this evening. We have plenty of things going on, and you'll have a great evening to do that because the weather is staying nice along the Wasatch Front, but it's not so nice right here at Moon Lake. We're going to get in a little bit closer here. Moon Lake up towards, this is Kings Peak here, and over towards Wilson Peak, and right in the Yellowstone have 59 to 69 lightning strikes. Now let's move up here towards Granger and over into the area of Green River and west of Rock Springs. 75 lightning strikes. This is a severe thunderstorm, potentially putting down some hail as well as those lightning strikes. And you know as well as I do, Utah and even Wyoming's #1 weather-related killer is lightning. So when you see it or you hear it, go inside, get away from the door, the open windows. That's the best thing to do because you'll be safer if you get away from the lightning. Okay, here's the front causing it right there. It's going to be moving along, so high pressure coming in, and that means we're going to have improving weather. A beautiful day on Saturday. Still a few thunder showers across the mountainous areas across southern Utah Saturday, but the high pressure ridge keeps a storm system to the north. Now that'll hold it at bay until about Tuesday, and then this storm is going to slide in and bring us cooler weather. In the meantime, it's a hot Father's Day. Hot. We're talking really hot. Low-level winds gusty to 25, well, steady at 25 in Salt Lake City, and wind gusts are all the way up to 30 miles per hour in Provo, so the firefighters are going to have some trouble with that fire. Sunset comes along and the winds will diminish, and by tomorrow they will be back to about normal for this time of the year. Again, a lot of clouds across northern Utah, a few thunder showers in Boulder Mountain and across Fish Lake Mountain and into the Fish Lake National Forest. It's going to be another hot one. As you can see today, it's been dry, and the dry heat doesn't help. And you've got that grass from last year that grew significantly, and then you have the cheatgrass from this year that didn't grow as much, but you have 2 layers of very dry. It's just going to be a fire problem season this year. 95 in Moab right now with a little low humidity, 10% humidity in St. George, 97. 80 degrees in Ogden with 22% humidity. 83 here in Salt Lake City. We have 19% humidity. 57 overnight in Salt Lake City. Lots of clouds tonight, but plenty of sunshine. 85 tomorrow. Beautiful daylight winds. Here's the forecast around the state. Again, those thunderstorms across the northeastern part of the state this evening, they will be going away. Tomorrow's a pretty good day. Winds diminishing most areas. Very nice. Great for getting out. 100 in St. George for tomorrow. Then 101. We'll cool it down just a smidge in the middle of the week, and then it gets up to 106 next weekend. 85 tomorrow, but 97 on Dad's Day. 97! Yeah. Could be the hottest day of the year. But not quite. Then 90, then how about an 80 and a 75 Tuesday and Wednesday? Little front goes by, and we'll stay at 79 on Thursday, then back to 90 on Friday. I looked at those long range forecasts, and it's hot, whether you like it or not, all the way to the end of June, and I don't see any rain.
Ooh, that's not
dry and hot.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. It's been said that when there is enough water in the community, there are plenty of problems for the people to deal with. But when the water is scarce, it becomes the #1 issue.
We've essentially doubled our population every 10 to 12 years for a long time. And as you look at our limited resources here and the demands on them, it's clear that if we're going to meet and sustain our economy and provide a future for coming generations, that we have to bring additional water resource into this county.
It's a simple problem. The more a city like St. George grows, the more homes are built, more businesses, more thirsty residents and lawns. The demand on the water supply increases. In an arid landscape like this one, where very little rain falls annually, reservoirs are constructed to store water for those not-so-rainy days. However, when there are no more sources of water to develop, but growth continues, another source must be found. So community leaders are looking to tap into a body of water that already exists, but is over 100 miles away, Lake Powell.
It is a pipeline project for the most part, which would take water out of Lake Powell, bring it in a large pipeline into Washington County and into our existing water infrastructure system. We've looked at lots of other options. We've looked at going up into the middle of the state and importing water, and it was our view as we analyzed that Lake Powell was a much more secure source of water and would be far less controversial than trying to import water out of some of the northern water basins.
The Colorado River Compact was signed in 1922 and divided the water of the river between the upper division states of Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Wyoming, with the lower division states of Nevada, Arizona, and California, The upper and lower each enjoy about 50% of the water from the river, which of course includes Lake Powell as the major repository. Utah currently uses about 28% of the total upper basin allotment. The pipeline would draw more water than Utah usually claims, which makes the other states downstream a little nervous. Leaders in favor of the project argue that the water belongs to Utah in the first place and should be used here for the good of growing communities.
Clearly is Utah's water, which we have a right to and would expect to use it in Utah for our economy. It makes no sense for us to allow a Utah resource to leave this state when it's so vital to our long-term needs of our future generations and our economy.
The project is currently in the environmental analysis process, a time of study that could take years. Groups who oppose the plan range from individuals who want to halt the growth of the Southwest to states who feel their water rights may be infringed upon if the pipeline is approved. Local community leaders are hoping for a decision sometime in 2013, which would allow for construction to begin. If this timetable holds, the project could be completed sometime in the next 10 to 12 years.
Well, I think the project guarantees the future of Washington County. I think without it, you're eventually going to hit a wall where you have to make some very difficult choices as you look at the impact of inadequate water supplies on your economy.
And for cities like St. George, the stakes are high. Planning for the future of water is extremely important, not only for the residents who live here now, and for the ones who will come in the future. For the county seat, I'm Dan Pope.